Lesson 8. Pupil-led book talks. So in this lesson will be discussed by us, Miss Urbano, and me by Mr. Pilante. Today, we will be sharing with you about a very exciting and interactive way of sharing book knowledge, pupil-led book talks. As we all know, reading is an essential skill that enables us to learn, grow, and understand the world around us. It is, therefore, crucial to foster a love for reading in our students, and one of the ways to achieve this is through pupil-led book talks. So in this presentation, we will explain what pupil-led book talks are and benefits of conducting book talks and properly steps in implementing book talks. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. So let us proceed to the learning targets. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to discuss the impact of conducting pupil-led book talks, differentiate the characteristics of book talks and reading aloud, and simulate an actual pupil-led book talks. Introduction. This module aims to develop literacy through the teaching and use of children's literature among the elementary grade schoolers. As would be elementary and literature teachers, you should be able to enrich your strategy bank to immerse the pupils to develop reading and oral literacies while they enjoy the class. So, in this lesson, we'll provide you with prime guidelines on how to use book talks as a teaching strategy. It will also expose you to some criteria for conducting book talks. So, are you now ready and excited to know more about book talks? Then, get your highlighter and be ready to digest the following concepts. Good luck! So, let's move on. So, the next presentation will be discussed by Miss Urbano.
ATWELL 2007. Book talks are brief, enthusiastic oral descriptions of a book that a learner has entertainingly read. Miller 2009. Book talks are not also primarily used to prove to the teacher that the pupil has read a book. Aronson 2012. Noted that book talks are used to familiarize the audience with a specific book in just a short period, particularly in 2 to 3 minutes. The following are the benefits of conducting book talks in the elementary classes. Book talks do not only engage young pupils to read but also develop a community of readers. Listening to book talks may open the key to establishing closer relationships among readers. Book talks may give a chance to the reader to develop a group of friends while reading a book, and this will serve as a motivation to continue to read. 2. Conducting book talks is a way of introducing students to a vast array of text because they can be exposed to many authors, genres, and series within minutes. While conducting a book talks, it will enhance the ability of students or readers to identify the different kind of sequence inside a book. They will also learn to know authors, genres, and series within minutes while reading a book. 3. Introducing book talks can be extremely advantageous for struggling readers. It can improve their confidence level of choosing a book and sharing it with their peers, especially if they will be given proper reading guidance. By giving a proper reading guidance, reading book earlier may help the reader to understand and comprehend sentences and words in advance. It can help readers think and identify. Furthermore, they will have the confidence in reading and choosing a book to read because they already know in advance, and they can also share the learnings that they get in a book to their peers and loved ones. 4. Conversations arising from the book talks serve as improvement of comprehensions in the part of the sharer reader. There's an improvement while reading a book. It can also make a closure to a co-reader of a book while sharing ideas and understanding. The communication well made. 5. Engaging in book talks also targets some core reading and speaking. including listening standards and competences inscribed in the current K-12 English curriculum. They include the following. A. Asking and answering questions about key details in a text. While reading a book, the ideas and thinking skills will enhance. A book composed of different kinds of text and the questions inside a book is one of the texts inside. Because the reader reads a book, he can understand and can do answering questions and asking based on the details that the reader understands. B. Retelling stories and noting details. While reading book, reader catching up new ideas and can note those important details and retell it to other the understanding that the readers are pointing out. C. Describing characters, setting, and major events in a story. Because the reader read a book, it is easy to him/her to describe those characters, the setting, and major event in a story. D. Participating in collaborative conversations with diverse partners. After reading a book, the reader is able to participate in a collaborative conversations with a partner or group of friends, sharing ideas and understanding so that each of them can give their own perspective of opinion and knowledge about the book they read. Bachelor and Cassidy 2019. First column, criteria. Second column, energy. And the third column is the description. Energy. Express sincerity and spirit. The speaker should express sincere, jubilant energy. Summary. Avoid giving away too much. Retelling is succinct without revealing too much, yet summarizes the theme, plot, and characters. Passage. Provide a meaty taste of the text. The selected passage has an impact and will draw students in without revealing spoilers. Connections. Make it matter. Speakers note that storybooks' relevance to self, others, and/or the society. Flow. Prepare your conversations. Discussions flow should be like a conversations. Time. Keep it short and sweet. Meets a requirements of 5 minutes or less depending upon the grade level. Properly implementing pupil-led book talks is also a challenge for you, beginning teacher. These steps are specifically contextualized in the primary and early intermediate elementary grades.
I am Mr. Pilante. So in this presentation, I will be discussing about properly steps in implementing pupil-led book talks. Number 1. Model how book talks are conducted. For beginning teachers like you, it is advantageous to look for a sample video on how to conduct book talks. Before immersing the pupils to the book talks, you can download video clips and actual book talks in the elementary classes and let the pupils watch. Book talks may be conducted in various settings, including book clubs, classrooms, and libraries. The goal of a book talk is typically to promote a deeper understanding and appreciation of the book being discussed, as well as to encourage others to read it. Number 2. Scaffold their early attempts to conduct book talks. Prepare the pupils toward their big day. You may first conduct a read-aloud session using a concise storybook. Stories like Lily's Purple Plastic Purse or The Woman Who Swallowed a Fly may be used depending on the choice of the teacher. Providing an anchor chart, doing a pair work, or providing them a copy of the book may be all the good ways to scaffold them in this part. Number 3. Practice makes perfect. This stage prepares them for the actual presentation of their book talks. Provide the pupils with an array of popular short story books to choose from. Grouping them in this activity may also be an effective aid for starters. Let them read and monitor their work. If necessary, provide them with scaffolds. So, practice makes perfect is a common phrase that is often used to encourage children to keep trying and practicing in order to improve their skills and achieve their goals. When children are learning something new, whether it's sports, musical, instrument, or academic subject, they may become discouraged if they don't see immediate progress. However, by emphasizing the importance of practice and persistence, parents and educators can help children build their confidence and develop the skills they need to succeed. It is also important to note that practice does not necessarily guarantee perfection, but rather it is the process of practicing that leads to improvement. Children need to learn to embrace mistakes and failures as an opportunities for growth and to use them as an learning experiences. By encouraging children to practice consistently and offering them positive feedback and support, parents and educators can help them to develop a growth mindset and achieve their full potential. Number 4. Engage in a real book talk. Select a fixed schedule of book talks. For example, label the program as Friday Book Talks. Discuss with them the schedule and the mechanics of conducting the book talks. You may invite parents to boost the morale of the pupils during the book talks. So book talks are a powerful tool for encouraging children to engage with literature. They are essentially informal discussions about books, in which children have the opportunity to share their thoughts and opinions about what they have read. When children engage in book talks, they develop important critical thinking and communication skills, as well as a deeper understanding and appreciation of literature. Book talks can also help to foster a love of reading and exposing children to a variety of books and encouraging them to explore different genres and authors. Number 5. Gather feedback from the book talks. One good way to improve the conduct of book talks is by gathering feedback from the participants. Inviting your head teacher or area coordinator or a few faculty members may be a good way to gather feedback for improvement. So, gathering feedback directly from children after book talks is an important way to understand their experience and ensure that the discussions are engaging and effective. When gathering feedback, facilitators can ask specific questions about what children enjoyed, what they learned, and what they thought could be improved in future discussions. For example, facilitators may ask if the children found the book interesting or if they felt that the discussions way too long or too short. Feedback from children is valuable because it helps facilitators understand what works and what doesn't work for the group, and it provides insights into the children's interests, and preferences. This information can be used to improve future book selections and discussions and create more meaningful and engaging experiences for the children involved. Book talks are not limited to a certain type of reader or a certain type of text. Remember, by properly implementing this strategy, you can improve pupils' comprehension and develop their love for reading at the same time. As an assessment strategy to monitor if pupils are progressing or otherwise, you may use anecdotal records or checklists. So, book talks are important for several reasons. First, they provide an opportunity for children to engage with literature in a fun and interactive way. By discussing books with their peers, children can share their thoughts and ideas, learn from others, and develop critical thinking skills. And also, book talks help to foster a love of reading by exposing children to a variety of books and encouraging them to explore different genres and authors. By discovering new books and authors, children can develop a passion for reading that will serve them well throughout their lives. And anecdotal records, on the other hand, are a method of recording observations for children's behavior or activities. They are usually short, informal notes written by a teacher or other caregiver, and they provide a way to document a child's progress and development over time. That's all for this video presentation. Stay safe and thank you for watching.